There we go. Hey, how's everybody doing? How you doing? Bada boop, bada bink, bada bing, huh? All right, so now I have to go over everything I said. So welcome in, everybody. Cousin Ken, Parallel League, Brother Jack Dawson. There we go. We got the hardcores in here and 6 folks watching. I just want to quickly say that for those of you, hopefully Sunday night, maybe we've got a few more Converse or Pocket Pen or in baseball. Looks damn fantastic. 14.99. You buy the print and play PDF. You get access to that amazing software, lifetime updates, biggest database there is in baseball, digital baseball gaming. That also serves as a print, print and play. Roll your dice, roll your own, whatever. 24.99 physical game. And no, I don't receive a penny from these guys. I just believe in the game. I really, really, really do. So there is that. I'm going to be doing an out of park tutorial, just some basic stuff again, as people keep coming to that game, and I'm getting some questions in the comments. So I scared the crap out of Parallel League. He says he had this volume crap. I'm sorry, my friend. I didn't realize I still had my mic muted. So I'm an idiot. I own it. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. No news yet on the new update or the next update for Full Count Baseball. I'm really, really wanting that badly, but not yet. But guys, that game's free and you can play it. Just play human versus human. It's a heck of a baseball game. They're still with the next patch. Hopefully, they're going to be able to fix the correct paths so that you can actually get really, really deep into the game right now. But that being said, every season available for free. And it was an important piece of baseball gaming. So there is that. Some night here soon on the channel on the weekend, Derek Bain has been busy. He's been doing some putting dead ball seasons and Tony La Russa Baseball 3. So that'll be fun. So while I have old time baseball, I think it'll be fun to see those teams and Tony La Russa Baseball. So that's going to be coming up. McGreevy will be coming up. Our podcast with Mike Silva, Bernie, and me on the Digital Dice podcast going to be coming up. Mike Silva's crazy ass tournament. Every team in baseball history from 1901 to 2024 in this tournament. It's crazy. I want to get my hands on that spreadsheet and just look. But it's going to blow your mind, guys. It's amazing. I don't know whoever would have thought. 2000, I think it's 2,650 teams in that tournament. Can you imagine? Everybody. So, yeah, there's that, and just any other projects. But we're going to have Mike on before we were going to do the McGreevy thing as a Diamonds and Dice podcast. But I think that's just going to be something I'll just do on my own from here. So, is he broadcasting those games? So he said he'll do some on his channel. And I just want him to let me know. But right now, he's just been doing that in their Field of Dreams Discord. So that's kind of that was the Discord started by Steve Tate and the guys that are in the Field of Dreams League. So definitely join that too, along with our Ned McGreevy League. Dwayne Mart's YouTube network joining us. Dwayne is our resident Digital Diamond baseball guru. In Digital Diamond, we're going to have full implementation of Sports Illustrated Baseball. So that's going to be nice. Looking forward to that. And hopefully a better implementation of Status Pro Baseball, hopefully with the next release. So great to see you, Dwayne. Hope you're doing well, buddy. And I know you're always the streaming demon, pal. So always good to have you along, man. Always, always, always. So lots of baseball stuff. Just trying to balance the frequency with the other stuff I have to do. All right. So let me see. What do we got here? What do we got? So much to choose from. I'm just trying to look for something. These are all pretty good lineups here. Oh, hey, there we go. So looks like we could have Old Hoss Radborn pitching against Tom Glavine. That might be kind of fun. So there's that. Maybe. Fergie Jenkins versus Jesse Haynes looks like a good one. What else do we got here, man? I don't know. These are all good games. Frank Viola versus Dave Stewart. That's probably the one we're going to do tonight, I think. Yep. So, everybody, hope you enjoy a little bit of APBA baseball. All right. Glad you're doing well, Dwayne. And great channel there, Dwayne Mart's YouTube network, man. Red, White, and Blue Racing, and even more importantly, lots of great baseball using Digital Diamond Baseball as the companion and playing the cards and dice on camera, all singing, all dancing, APBA Master Game. So there we go. All right. So it's time to get rocking here. Actually, you know what? Let's do... No, I thought that's it because I was going to let Scott McGregor pitch tonight. All right. I think we're going to go ahead and do... if you guys could read this, I would say you guys pick the game. Let's do Frank Viola versus Cy Young. I think that's no, that's not Cy Young. Never mind. I'm sorry, I was looking at something else. Kevin Apier versus... Yeah, let's do Frank Viola versus Dave Stewart. Let's do it. Yep. All right. Get this set up here. No sleep till Brooklyn plays. Let's see if we got a Brooklyn game here scheduled for today. Maybe we'll just do that. Nope. Don't see them up today. We have the LA Dodgers, but the Brooklyn Dodgers named the bums now in this league. They are not scheduled to play today. All right. Oh, no. Let's go classic here. Let's go Cardinals at Cubs. Why not? All right. So you're going to see Lou Brock, Joe Medwick, Rogers Hornsby, Stan Musial, Jim Bottomley, Ken Boyer, Ted Simmons, Marty Marion, and Jesse Haynes getting a start for the all-time St. Louis Cardinals, or in this another league. Okay. And starting lineup for the Chicago Cubs, Kai Kyler, Ryan Sandberg, Billy Williams, Hack Wilson, Ernie Banks, Ron Santo, Gabby Hartnett, Joe Tinker, and Fergie Jenkins takes the hill. So I'm going to go ahead and mute my mic, and let's go out to Wrigley Field and have fun. Oh, that was a Beastie Boys pun. All right. Still can't have sleep till the Brooklyn Dodgers play either, even if they weren't referring to them. All right, gonna mute the mic, guys. I hope you enjoy the game, and I'll be cutting in every once in a while. Just say hi. All right.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Ernie Harwell, bringing you Chicago Cubs baseball. And this is WAPBA, the voice of baseball in your home since 1951. We're coming to you from out here at the park. Today, the visiting St. Louis Cardinals will test the Cubs at home. Their record now, 3-0. Game number 1 of 3 here in Chicago. The Cubs take the field here in the first. McCoy has set his opening slate. Banks at first base. Sandberg at second. Tinker, the shortstop. Santo at third. The outfield consists of Williams in left field, Kyler in center field, and Wilson over in right. Hartnett is behind the plate and on the mound for the Cubs. The right-hander Jenkins. He can string the K's together. He will be facing Cardinal starter right-hander Haynes. So settle in. We're ready to start this game. Brock will start it off here in the first. He bats left. Lou can hit. This is his second game so far this season. Nothing in 4 trips. Jenkins staring in, ready to work. Now he comes home with it. Slow bounder up the middle. Tinker is over. Good bounce. The throw to first. Bounces in the dirt. Banks scoops it. And they get him. 1 down. Medwick to face Jenkins. Not intimidated by anybody so far. 3 for 12. 1 homer. 2 ribbies. When the Cardinals need a base runner, Medwick is the guy they want up there. In the box now. Right-hander Jenkins ready. The pitch. Rip and a miss by Medwick, and that's a strikeout. 2 gone. Two gone. Hornsby is stepping up to hit against Jenkins. He's a right-handed batter. Rogers with dynamite bat control. To date, batting 6 for 12. 2 home runs, and he's driven in 3. Catcher ready. Jenkins deals. In the air to center. No cause for alarm. Kyler has it in his sights, and he tucks it away. That's 3 away. Jenkins sets them down in order. Cardinal, nothing. Cubs coming up. For the Cardinal, their record now, 2-1. In the league, they're 5th in batting average at 200. Tied for 1st in homers with 4. 4th in slugging. Tied for 1st in ERA at 1.67. The Cardinals take the field here in the first. Defensively for St. Louis. Bottomley at first base. Hornsby at second. Marion the shortstop. Boya at third. The trio in the outfield. In left, it's Musial. In center, Brock. And over in right, Medwick. Simmons is behind the plate. And today, the Cubs will try to solve Haynes, the right-hander. Kyler will get it started for the Cubs. He bats right. Kai can pound the ball. On the year, 9 for 15. He has 4 RBIs. No walks yet. Simmons sets up. Haynes winds and fires. And it's lined to center field. Brock takes 3 steps to his right and hauls it in. 1 down. We have Sandberg coming up to hit. 1 gone. Very dependable power. To date at bat 1 for 5. He has 2 RBIs. Sandberg has patience. Pitcher Haynes eyeing Sandberg. Now he's ready. The delivery from Haynes. And it's chopped down the first baseline. Bottomley covers it and touches the bag for out number 2. Next up, Williams. A bat to watch. On the season, 2 for 12. He has 2 RBIs. He's walked once.
Hey, Paul, welcome in. Yeah, so I just like to cut in, say hi when I can. Just reminding people about our little podcast or little broadcast we did for Pocket Pennant Run, and man, I'm loving it, and boy, just looking forward to those updates. So hats off to you, Craig, Matt. Um, just having an absolute blast with it. Such a great game. Thank you, my friend. Hope you're doing well, Paul. Paul's doing a lot of APBA Master Game stuff. Really good. So it's got to make cousin Ken Castro happy. So let's get back to the ball game. All right, welcome in, Paul.
Simmons sets up. Haynes comes to the plate. Popped up. Back toward the screen. Simmons throws off his mask. It's playable. And he covers it 3 away. No runs, no hits, no errors, and at the end of 1. No score as we go to the top of the second inning. The Cardinals will have Musial, Bottomley, and Boya here in the second. Musial to lead it off for the Cardinals. He bats from the left side. Stan can really kill the ball. To date, 2 for 11. 1 homer. He's knocked in 2. He's walked once. Batter set. Jenkins looking home. Now the pitch. Base hit right field. Wilson takes it on 1 bounce, and Musial is on with a single. Here's Bottomley to take his swings. The Cardinals have no outs. Runner on first. Known to whack that ball pretty well. Good speed at first. Bottomley takes his stance. Right-hander Jenkins goes to the set position. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Hang up a K for Jenkins. 1 down. Next up, St. Louis. Hitter Boya. Ken, the feared slugger, looking for his first hit. Nothing in 10 trips. Boya settles himself in the box. Hartnett crouched down now. They're holding Musial. Now Jenkins comes home with it. Half swing. Yes. Boya went too far. Out on strikes. 2 gone. The Cardinals have 2 outs. Runner on first. Simmons the hit, hitting 7th. He is dangerous. To date, batting 1 for 10. He's walked once. In the box now. Jenkins focuses in on the target. Musial is off for the pitch. Jenkins comes home. Punch back to Jenkins. And it's off his leg. Simmons races down the line. No play. Musial holds up at second. Score that one a Shen Burner single. Marion walks up. The Cardinals have 2 gone, 2 on, first and second. A trusty bat. So far at the plate, 1 for 4. He's walked twice. Marion ready. Jenkins sets up on the rubber again. Catcher Hartnett sets his target. The runners take their lead. Here's the delivery. Pop foul behind third. Santo is over. He's under it. And makes the catch. For the Cardinals, no runs, 2 hits, and no errors. They leave 2. They waste the runners. No score. The bottom of the second inning coming up. Wilson, Banks, and Santo to bat next. Here's Wilson to lead it off. A showstopper to date at bat. 4 for 10. He has 2 RBIs. He's walked 3 times. Now Haynes ready. Now the pitch. Check swing and a roller back to the mound. Haynes is up with it. Takes his time and tosses it to Bottomley for the putout. Banks is the next hitter. Exceptional power on the year. 3 for 10. 3 homers, 6 RBI. He's walked 3 times. He'll wait for his pitch. Banks takes his stance. Simmons set. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball, grounded hard at Moya. It's off his glove, but he recovers and throws quickly. And he's out. And that's the second out. Next up, Chicago hitter Santo. Looks for those extra bases. To date, batting 2 for 3. He's walked twice. Pitcher Haynes set to go. The pitch. A line drive off the bat of Santo. Musial runs in on it, and it stays up for him. He's got it. That's 3 away. No runs, no hits, no errors, and at the end of 2. No score here after 2. The Cardinals will have Haynes, Brock, and Medwick here in the 3rd. Pitcher Haynes to lead it off. Jesse taking his first at bat of the season. Jenkins is ready to fire it in. And the pitch comes in. He swings, but he held up. Nope, he went too far. Jesse is down on strike. 1 away. Here's Brock to hit for the Cardinal. Batting left. 1 down. Jenkins will go to work on him.
Hey,
Jenkins
Aaron.
winds and fires.
Hey.
1 hop at a second. Over to first. And that's the second out. 2 gone. 3rd inning. Next up, Medwick. Medwick now ready. Right-hander Jenkins ready. Jenkins comes to the plate. 1 hop at a second. Over to first. 3 away. The Cubs retire the side in order. Still a scoreless tie. We head for the bottom of the 3rd inning. Haynes will now face the bottom of the Cubs lineup. Hartnett, Tinker, and Jenkins coming up. Here's Hartnett to start it off. He hits from the right. Gabby comes up there to hit. On the season, 3 for 9. He has 2 RBIs. Hartnett is a guy who will battle you to get on. Gabby steps up. Right-hander Haynes ready. Haynes brings it. Hartnett doesn't offer, and he draws a free pass. That was Hartnett's first walk of the season. We have Tinker coming up to hit, hitting 8. The Cubs have no outs. Hartnett on first. Joe is a tough out. To date, 1 for 7. He's walked twice. Hartnett at first, not a threat on the pass. Haynes looking in at the target. Haynes deals. Towering fly ball. Back goes Musial. He snags it. 1 down. Hartnett gets back to first. Jenkins to face Haynes. Ferguson taking his first at bat of the season. Jenkins now ready. Haynes is ready to fire it in. Infield back at double play depth. Haynes kicks and delivers. Hit toward Musial in deep left. He's chasing it down. He's at the warning track. And he watches it sail over the wall. Home run for Jenkins. And 2 runs score. So Jenkins has his first homer of the season. Clubbed in his very first at-bat, the Cubs have their first 2 runs. That was pitcher Jenkins who delivered, helping himself. And the Cubs go ahead by 2-0 here in the 3rd. And that's the first base knock for the Cubs in this game. Well, Chicago now sends Kyler to bat. 1 out. Haynes prepared to work. To the plate. Kyler tries to push a bunt, but Haynes is able to reach it. Shovels to Bottomley, hustling back, and that's all for Kyler. Here comes Sandberg to take his cuts. Simmons set. He cranks and fires. Cut on, routine fly to left field. Musial drifts over, plenty of room, and he covers it. Cubs go down. For the Cubs, 2 runs on 1 hit. They slip into the lead. Cubs ahead 2-0. We go to the top of the 4th inning. Chicago will now face the heart of the Cardinal lineup. Hornsby, Musial, and Bottomley coming up. To get it going, Hornsby. Batter waits.
Yes, it is, Aaron.
Catcher Hartnett sets his target. Here's the delivery. Smash toward the gap in right center. Base hit. Hornsby takes a big turn. He's going for 2. Here's Wilson's throw. Then he gets him. Hornsby is out at second trying to stretch it. 1 away. Okay, now Musial to face Jenkins. He's their cleanup hitter. 1 out. Now Jenkins ready. Jenkins brings it home. Just catches the plate. See you later. 2 down. Two away. 4th inning. Bottomley gets set to bat against Jenkins. Catcher Hartnett sets his target. Jenkins comes to the plate. Just missed. Ball 1. Bottomley back in the box. Catcher Hartnett sets his target. The offering. Bottomley smacks it. It's toward the gap in right center. Wilson racing in. And it gets by him. And he skids and he's sitting there on his... Now he's up. He's after it. Bottomley races around second. He's headed for third. Here comes Wilson's throw. Not in time. And Bottomley's in standing. Scored at a single. That's an error on Wilson. Two gone. 4th inning. 1 on. Right-handed batter Boya now walks out to bat. Batter set. Hartnett set.
That's true, Aaron.
Bottomley down the line some at third. Here's a pitch. Breaking ball. Bounced up the middle. Sandberg is there. 2 outs. He flips to first. And they get him. 3 down. The line for the Cardinal. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error. They leave 1. They had a chance but could not convert. The score is still 2-0 Chicago as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. St. Louis will now face the heart of the Cubs lineup. Williams, Wilson, and Banks coming up. Williams leading it off. Simmons set. The pitch to Williams. Williams is called out on strikes. 1 down. One out. 4th inning. Wilson the hit. Batting cleanup. Simmons sets up. Haynes brings it. Off-balance swing. It's skied in foul territory. Simmons moves under it. He has it measured and makes the catch. 2 down. Two away. Banks is stepping up to hit against Haynes. Banks gets in there. Simmons sets up. Now he comes home with it. Hit to straightaway center field. It's playable. Brock moves under it and takes it in. Side retired. The Cardinals retire the side in order. The score still 2-0. Cubs leading. Bottom of the lineup, Simmons, Marion, and Haynes coming up. Here's Simmons to start it off. Hartnett set. The pitch. Swung on, poked to right. Base hit. Wilson gets in front of it. Fields it cleanly. Simmons rounds first and holds. He's on with a single. That's Simmons' second hit of the game. Marion is the next hitter. Marion made an out in his first at bat. This infield can turn the DP. Ted is unlikely to get down there fast enough to break it up. Marion relaxes himself at the plate. Hartnett crouched down now. And now the pitch. Big swing, but he got under it. Center fielder Kyler drifts back. He brings it down, one away. Simmons hurries back to first. Cardinal hitter Haynes. Pitcher Jenkins eyeing Haynes. Now he's ready. Infield back at double play depth. The pitch, he squares. Fouled away. Again, he squares to bunt. The pitch. Bunted fair off the plate. Nope. The ump says it's off his foot. Strike two. So Haynes will get back in there. Right-hander Jenkins goes to the set position. Infield back at double play depth. The two-strike pitch popped up in foul territory. Hartnett scrambles back toward the screen. It's playable, and he makes the catch. Notch two. Here's Brock coming to the plate. A dangerous hitter. Jenkins looking home. Jenkins now. Base hit center field. Kyler takes it on the long bounce. Simmons is well around second. But the coach is signaling to stop, and they hold Simmons up as the throw comes in. And Brock is on with a single, and that's his first hit this season. Two on, the top of the fifth inning. It's now Medwick, the bat. He swings from the right side. Medwick belts them all. On the season, Medwick has 2 runs batted in. If the Cardinals are going to score, then it will take a 2-out hit. Medwick preparing to bat, wipes his hand across the letters. Jenkins foot on the rubber, checks the runners. The runners take their lead. Here comes a pitch. It's a shot to left center. Base hit. Williams is racing over. He cuts it off deep in the gap. Simmons is well around third. Brock is rounding second. They're waving Simmons in. Here comes a throw home. Brock is going for third on the throw. And Medwick is headed for second. Here's a play at the plate, and he's safe ahead of the throw. And there's a play at second. The throw, and he's in standing. That puts the tying run at third.
Evening, John. Hope
So
you're well.
Medwick with a ribby single, and the Cardinals are sneaking up on the Cubs. They are within 1. Score now 2-1, and these fans just inched forward in their seats. That gives Medwick 3 RBI on the season. 2 on, the top of the fifth inning. Hornsby's up. A showstopper. On the season, Hornsby has 3 runs batted in. He has a single already. Jenkins is on the slab. Jenkins winds and fires. He swings, but he held up. Nope, he went too far. Rogers is down on strike. That's the 3rd out for Jenkins. Strikeout number 6. For the Cardinal, a run on 3 hits. They leave 2. They had good chances for more, but still trailed by 1. Cubs over the Cardinal 2-1, and they'll try to add to that lead coming up. Santo, Hartnett, and Tinker to bat next. Santo will get it started for the Cubs. Ron can pound the ball. Santo waiting for Haynes. Simmons sets up. He lets it go. Hit in the air to center. Brock takes 3 steps to his right, and he covers it. 1 down. We have Hartnett coming up to hit. He hits from the right. Awesome power. Haynes looking in at the target. The pitch. Wide of the mark, and Hartnett walks. One down, 5th inning, 1 on. Chicago now sends Tinker to bat. Some power. Hartnett on first is not speedy. Haynes will go to work on him. The pitch. He takes it the other way, down the line to right. Into the corner. Hartnett racing for third. Tinker headed for second. Hartnett chugs for home. He will score. Medwick plays the carom, the throw to third. The relay. The slide. And he's safe on a close play. Triple and an RBI from Tinker. So they score 1 on a triple, and Chicago increases its lead. It's now 3-1 ball game. The Cubs have 1 gone. Tinker on at third. Pitcher Jenkins up. Jenkins waiting for Haynes. Pitcher Haynes set to go. Cardinal playing for the out at first. Tinker down the line some at third. Haynes to the wind. Ball 4, and Haynes dishes a free pass. And there are runners at the corner. That was Jenkins' first walk of the season. Right-handed hitter Kyler gets set to bat against Haynes. Cubs with runners at the corners, 1 out. Haynes does not want to groove it to Kyler. Very tough to strike out. Right-handed Haynes goes to the set position. Cardinal playing for the double play. Tinker down the line some at third. Here's the pitch from Haynes. Line to center. Base hit. Tinker will score. Brock feels it. And it gets by him. Jenkins is heading for third. He'll make it. Kyler rounds first and holds as the throw comes into second. Brock picks up an error. So the single leads to a run. It's now 4-1 ball game. Cubs with Jenkins at third. Kyler at first. 1 down. We have Sandberg coming up to hit. He hits from the right. Ryan 0 for 2. Haynes comes set. Infielders back. Jenkins takes his lead at third. Now he throws to first. And Kyler gets back. Not his best move. Now Haynes is back on the rubber. The pitch comes in. Hit hard to Marion. He's up with it. He fires to second for 1. Back to first for 2. Double play. And they get out of the inning. For the Cubs, 2 runs on 2 hits. 1 misadventure for the Cardinal. 1 left on. So the Cubs now with a safer margin. The score is 4-1 as we go to the top of the 6th inning. Musial, Bottomley, and Boya due up for St. Louis. Musial will start the 6th. A hero in the bleachers. Batter facing Jenkins. Jenkins looking home. He comes home. Hit like a bullet. Sandberg waves at it, but it's by him into right, and Musial racks up a base hit. That's Musial's 2nd hit of the game. Here's Bottomley to hit for the Cardinal. Musial on at first. Jenkins does not want to groove it to Bottomley.
So I'm going to cut in here just really quickly. I was thinking about, for the upcoming McGreevy League, we're going to be doing it in Out of the Park Baseball 26. So what I'm going to do is, once that's all set up, I'm going to offer that as a, and that's going to be in the McGreevy Discord, For anybody that wants to play, it'll be a quick start once all the draft is done and everything. I'm also thinking about putting it out in Pocket Pennant Run, and Action PC Baseball, and Pure Sim. So, and maybe even Old Time Baseball. We'll see. But definitely Out of the Park, Pocket Pennant Run, and Action PC. So, I keep forgetting about Digital Diamond. So, we're going to make the McGreevy League available to download for anybody who wants to play it in the baseball game of your choice, whether you're going to be part of the McGreevy League or not. I think it'd be a lot of fun. So it's gonna be a lot of work on my part, but I love doing it. I'm just love doing it. So stay tuned for that, for McGreevy, and having it available for like 4 baseball games. But it will be played officially in Out of the Park 26. All right, back to it.
Jenkins gets set to pitch. Big hold on the right side. Musial not wandering too far. The pitch. Taken. Ball 1. Bottomley stands in again. Jenkins looking in. Throw to first. He's back. Jenkins gets the ball back. Now he's set again. He brings it home. Grounded deep into the hole. Tinker has it. Throws quickly to Sandberg. Covering. Out. Over to first. Safe by a step. But they get the lead runner. Here comes Boya to take his cuts. Jenkins does not want to groove it to Boya. The slugger stands in.
Actually, Aaron, funny you should mention that, because I was thinking after I announced those baseball games that this would be a great candidate as well. So, and it would actually be a nice tutorial to show people how to create something like that in APBA PC Baseball. The only issue that's going to be really, and the only one that's going to suffer from it would be maybe this one, would be the ballparks, because I don't have things like the Huntington Avenue grounds for this game, things like that. But still, I think just having the players will be fun. So I'm going to try to do this in as many baseball games as I'll have time for. But I think it'd be really fun. As more people, David Lando just picked up APBA PC Baseball and is really loving it. So I think it's be a great way to not only show people how to do it, but if you have APBA PC Baseball, you got yourself something that APBA doesn't sell. So, and I'm not going to make any money from it. So we'll probably add APBA PC to the list, because I had briefly thought about actually doing the next McGreevy League in APBA PC. But it's just because this is going to end up a multi-year league where people can use the player development lab. Out of the Park Baseball is the only game that has a player development type thing, and very robust. No other baseball game has that. So of course, who knows? Hall of Fame may try to institute. He has a dangerous mind, as Craig Harris says. So who knows if maybe down the line, a year or so from now, maybe we see a career play mode in Pocket Pennant Run. That would be something incredible. So, I may ask Dwayne Mart's help as far as just how to get it structured for Digital Diamond Baseball. He could probably help me get that done quickly. So, let me know in the comments if anybody else can also make this, I guess, available for Digital Diamond Baseball and Dombrov, although I think only Jack Dawson and I played Dombrov Baseball. But again, any baseball game that I have, I could do this for. The only thing I don't think it would work. I can't do it in Baseball Mogul, unfortunately. Clay, you got to fix that. You can do it, I should say, in Digital Diamond Baseball, or in Baseball Mogul. but it's really, really a weird process. So, but yeah, people are getting into baseball for Windows now that they realize it's still available. So, but let me know, let me know. But so it's gonna be out of the park, Action PC for sure, Pure Sim Baseball. I have to look into old time baseball. I'm not sure how that would work. APBA, did I say APBA? I said APBA. Action PC Baseball, and whatever else. If full count is working by then, I may even want to put it in full count baseball. So the other reason is if I can get people to maybe, even if they don't want to join the McGreevy League, just have fun playing with these older players from 1871 to, and again, for Action PC, that's going to be tough doing 1871, but I'll figure it out. If I have to create the ratings myself or whatever, I'll do that. But I think it would just be fun for people to visit that era of baseball if they don't feel comfortable being a manager in the official league, and just think it'll be a lot of fun. Yeah. All right, back to the game.
Hartnett crouched down now. Here's the delivery. Lifted high to left. Tinker is drifting back. Williams is racing in for it. They collide. And it drops. They're both down. Bottomley held up. He'll make third. And Boya will make second easily. Score that a double. The umpire is calling time. It doesn't look good. Williams. He's durable. I'm sure he'll be back in action soon, but he's clearly in pain. Tinker. He'll leave the game as a precautionary measure, but it doesn't look too bad. Both players will leave the game. The report from the clubhouse. The Cubs shortstop Tinker injured for 1 day. The Cubs left fielder Williams injured for the rest of the day.
So I've been saying a lot that I've been playing this game forever, and this is the first time. So this game never ceases to surprise me. It's the first time I've ever seen a double injury. So a collision like this that where two players are out. So boy, I don't know. Cubs with a 4-1 lead. We'll see how this works with Billy Williams and Joe Tinker out. But yeah, if anybody else plays baseball for Windows, tell me if you've seen it. I've seen a lot in this game, but I still hear new things, and I've never ever seen this before. And I've been playing this game since 1995, 95 or 96, whatever it is. But I've never seen it before. Aaron, you play a lot of APBA PC baseball. Have you ever seen this? I think it's pretty cool, and it does happen. So there you go. All right, let's see who the Cubs bring in for Billy Williams and Joe Tinker.
For the Cubs, Banks moves to shortstop. Tinker is injured. Chance is now playing first for Chicago. Williams is injured. Sosa is now playing left. For St. Louis, runners at second and third. One gone. The next Cardinal batter is Simmons. A productive power hitter. He's already delivered 2 hits in the game. He has outstanding bat control. In the box now. Jenkins put on the rubber. Hartnett sets up. Cubs playing for the out at first. The runners take their lead. Jenkins now. High fly ball to left. Sosa drifts over toward the line. He's under it. And makes the catch. Both runners are tagging, but they're holding him at third. That ball just not deep enough. Two gone, 2 on, second and third for St. Louis. Down by 3. The top of the 6th inning. Marion walks up. Jenkins on the rubber. The pitch comes in. There's a little blooper down the right field line. It might drop in. Wilson has a long run. He snags it. And that retires the side. The line for the Cardinals. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. They leave 2. The Cubs have held them. Cubs still leading by 3. And we'll go to the home half. St. Louis will now face the heart of the Cubs lineup, albeit one that has undergone some surgery. Sosa, Wilson, and Banks. Sosa up there. Sammy, a slugger. Sosa stands in. Right-hander Haynes, ready. The offering to Sosa. A little roller to the right side. Hornsby pounces on it. The quick toss to Bottomley, and he nails Sosa by a step. 1 away. Wilson is the next hitter. Hack, a terrific slugger. Haynes will go to work on him. Haynes into his motion. Delivers. That's batted to the right side. Bottomley feels it. And he outraces Wilson to the bag for the do-it-yourself put-out. 2 away. Banks to face Haynes. Batter facing Haynes. Right-handed Haynes goes to the set position. The pitch comes in. Can't find the strike zone. That's ball 4. And Banks coaxes a walk. Next batter, Santo. Haynes looking home. The pitch. Upstairs with a fast one. Santo doesn't offer. And Haynes gets the call. He's out on strikes. Side retired. For the Cubs, nothing across. 1 left, Cubs up 4-1. Haynes, Brock, and Medwick due up for St. Louis. All right. Pitcher Haynes to lead it off. Jenkins looking home. Cardinal skipper McCoy walking down the bench. McCoy is yanking Haynes. Burkett will now hit for him. Bats left. He shoulders a bat. Strides toward the box. So Haynes goes 6 innings. His line, 4 runs on 3 hits. A homer. He stands to lose it unless the Cardinal can make up the 3-run deficit. Burkett up there. Jesse, known recently as a terrific hitter. So far this season, 2 for 8. Burkett waiting. Pitcher Jenkins set to go. The pitch. A towering fly ball to center. Kyler roams over. Plenty of room. And hauls it in. 1 down. Next up, St. Louis hitter Brock. Hartnett set. He lets it go. Brock breaks his bat. The barrel helicopters out toward short. The ball pops over second into shallow right. It's a base hit. And Banks feels what's left of the lumber. That's Brock's second hit of the game. And that's the Cardinal 10th hit. Medwick advancing to the bat. 1 down. Runner on first for St. Louis. Medwick is a real slugger. Batter ready. Pitcher Jenkins set to go. Jenkins rocks and fires. Hit the Sosa in deep left. He's chasing it down. He's at the warning track. And he makes the catch. That's the second out. And Brock returns to first. Hornsby walking up the bat. Awesome power. Way awesome. Hartnett crouched down now. Brock bluffs going. To the plate. Hit deep. Kyler takes 3 steps to his right. Backs. This should do it. He squeezes it. And that's out number 3. That'll do it for St. Louis. No runs on 1 hit. 1 left. They had a chance but could not convert. The score still stands 4-1. Cubs as we head for the bottom of the 7th inning. Okay, folks, on your feet. Take a break for the 7th inning stretch.
Morning, Paul. Great to see you.
Hartnett, Chance, and Jenkins coming up. Paulette is coming on to pitch for the Cardinal. For Paulette, this is his first appearance. He's a southpaw. To get it going for the Cubs here, Hartnett bats right. Gabby can pound the ball. Paulette takes a few warm-up pitches. He's rubbing up the ball. We're ready to go. Paulette prepares to come home.
Yeah, Paul. So, we just got to figure, let's work out a time. Maybe we can just figure that out on Facebook. So, Paul and I are going to play some head-to-head, some live baseball here on the old family channel. So, yeah. Hope you guys will tune in Saturday. Of course, we're generally consider it considerable time difference, so we want to definitely be kind to Paul on that. But yeah, man, I think it'd be a lot of fun. I'm done at work at 4. I usually crash for a couple hours, 4 p.m. my time. But yeah, I'm all for it, and let's get it going. Let's get it going on. So I haven't done any head-to-head baseball here with it since. And actually, we usually did it on Steve Tate's channel. We used to play Action PC head-to-head. So, yeah, Paul, looking forward to it. Let's get it all figured out, and we can sort of work it out on the old FB, as it were, and then we're gonna spring it on our family members here. So, Paul and I gonna it's gonna be a lot of fun. Just play some baseball, talk some baseball, and all that. Just remember to feed the animals and Mrs. Paul in that order as you usually do. All right, back to the ball game.
The pitch. Lofted deep to left field. Musial is chasing it. He's at the warning track, and he hauls it in. 1 away. Cubs hitter Chance. Excellent credentials with the stick so far this season. 2 hits in 4 trips. The hitter stands in. Catcher ready. Paulette into the wind. Low. Ball 4. Frank hustles down to first. That was Chance's first walk of the season. Now coming to bat for the Cubs, Jenkins. Paulette gets set to work on him. Infield back at double play depth. The pitch swung on. Popped up. Moya moves toward the line. He's under it, and he makes the catch. Here comes Kyler to take his cuts. Paulette prepared to work. Now he throws to first. And Chance is back easily. Paulette gets the ball back. Now he's set again. Paulette rocks and fires. A big fly to left. Musial backpedals, still drifting back. Look out, Mal. It's out of here. Musial thought he had a play, but the ball carried just beyond his reach. Home run for Kyler, and 2-run score. So Kyler has his first homer of the season. The Cubs add 2 more runs, and the Cubs take a big lead, 6-1. And Kyler now has 7 runs batted in on the season. Now coming to bat for the Cubs, Sandberg. On that, poised. He lets one go. Swung on, lined a shot to center. Brock runs straight back. He got a quick start. Turns and reaches and brings it down. 3 down. The line for the Cubs, 2 runs, 1 hit, no errors. So the Cubs have now taken a big lead. The score is 6-1 as we go to the top of the 8th inning. Musial, Bottomley, and Boya due up for St. Louis. Musial to lead it off. Hartnett crouched down now. Jenkins brings it home. Soft grounded to Santo. He's up with it. The throw across the diamond in time. And that's the first out. Bottomley is now up. Batter ready. Jenkins poised. The pitch. Swung on, lined towards second. Sandberg back, it's out of reach. Bottomley will hold it first. Second, safety for Bottomley. Boya up. Jenkins now set. He brings it in. Boya swings. It's hard and long. Sending Sosa back. Will it be deep enough? No. Sosa is there. He squeezes it, and they are now 2 away. Bottomley gets back to first. Simmons, bat in hand. Batter up. Catcher ready. The delivery from Jenkins. Wrapped back to the mound. Jenkins knocks it down. Picks it up. Throws quickly. Out at first. The half for the Cardinals. No runs on 1 hit. They lead 1. They had a chance but could not convert. Cubs still with a 5-run lead. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning.
Hey, D. Scott, welcome in.
St. Louis will now face the heart of the Cubs lineup, albeit one that has undergone some surgery. Sosa, Wilson, and Banks. Sosa to lead it off. Pitcher on that, set to go. The pitch. That's high and deep by Sosa. Brock is on the run. On the run. It's starting to tail away from him. He makes a catch. 1 down. Here comes Wilson to take his cuts. Catcher ready. On that, brings it to the plate. Base hit left field. Musial is running to the gap. He cuts it off. Guns it to second. But Wilson wisely holds first, so he's on with a single. Now at bat, Banks. Batter ready. Simmons set. The pitch. Swung on and missed. On that, pulled the string. And Banks was way out in front. 2 down. Santo coming up. Catcher Simmons sets his target. On that, cranks it up. It's caught to left field on the fly. Hey, this may go. And it does. Touch 'em all, Santo. Home run for Santo and 2 runs score. So they collect 2 on the Santo homer, his first home run of the season, and the Cubs add to their big lead, outpacing the Cardinals 8-1. That gives Santo 3 RBI on the season, and that's the 3rd homer for the Cubs in this game. Now coming up, Hartnett. And here comes Cardinal manager McCoy again. He's asking Paulette for the ball. Coming in the pitch is Raboski. So Paulette goes an inning and 2/3 in relief. His line, 4 runs on 3 hits, 2 homers, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. The left-hander, Hrabosky, enters here with a majestic 36 ERA. This is his second appearance. He's worked 1 inning. With this game pretty well decided, they'll give him some innings. Hrabosky takes a few warm-up pitches. He's rubbing up the ball. We're ready to go. Hrabosky gets set to work on him. The pitch. That's rocked to deep left center. It is high and long and gone. Hartnett with a monster shot. They show movies on flights that long. Back-to-back homers for the Cubs. So Hartnett has his first homer of the season, and the Cubs add to their big lead. The score now, 9-1. That gives Hartnett 3 RBI on the season, and that's the 4th homer for the Cubs in this game. Now coming up, Chance. Hrabosky focuses in on the target. The pitch. Chance hits it 9 miles. Foul ball, strike 1. So Chance steps back in.
So it's pronounced Kai Parallel League. Not only you've heard Ernie say it, but I've read a couple different primary sources who, including Kai himself, who said that that's how it's pronounced because his last name Kyler. So for a lot of years, I pronounced it Kiki, like a lot of people did, but it Kai is how you say his first name, or his nickname, I guess. So, and then we'll touch on some good comments here at the end of this game. Boy, this is a slaughter. These Cubs are off to a strong start.
Hrabosky focuses in on the target. The delivery. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. 3 down. The line for the Cubs. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors. So they extend their lead. Cubs ahead 9-1. We go to the top of the 9th inning. The Cardinals will have Marion, Hrabosky, and Brock here in the 9th. Marion will lead it off.
Modern relic.
Only
hey!
a miracle will do here. Jenkins poised. He brings it home. Popped up, shallow center field. Kyler is coming on, and he's got it. 1 down. Hrabosky to bat. Jenkins prepares to come home. Cardinal manager McCoy looking at his score sheet. McCoy is taking pitcher Hrabosky out of the game. Mize will pinch hit for him. Bats left. He shoulders the bat. He'll take his time getting to the box. Hrabosky pitched 1/3 of an inning. The game for Hrabosky. 1 earned run on 1 hit. A homer. Mize walking up the bat. Jenkins prepared to work. He brings it home. It's popped high in the air. Banks is backing up. He has it measured. And he puts it away. 2 away. Brock, bat in hand. Now Jenkins ready. The pitch. There's a little blooper down the right field line. It might drop in. Wilson has a long run. He gets there. And that's it. In the end, they have trounced the Cardinals. Here's the line for the Cubs. 9 runs on 7 hits, 1 miscue. They leave 2 for the Cardinals. A run on 11 hits, 1 misadventure, and they leave 9. Jenkins gets the win, his first. His record now 1-0. Haynes takes the loss. His first. His record now 0-1. So the Cubs gain a step for the Cubs. They are hot now with 4 straight wins. That's a fine start to this season for the Cubs. Overall, they now stand at 4-0. For the Cardinals, overall, 2-2. In the next game, they'll go after the Cardinals again. Bye for now, everybody. Ernie Harwell and WAPBA leaving you from Chicago. Final score: Chicago Cubs 9, St. Louis Cardinal 1.
Well, that was a snoozer, but it was fun. And I know Paul's been wanting a Cubs game on here, so there we go. And boy, that was a trouncing and a half, man. But yeah, that's what just makes this kind of league so much fun. So yes, Aaron. So just addressing a few of the comments, that was in that 1911 replay, which will continue here and there. That Tigers game, that was a crazy, crazy game because we were going to invoke the most mercy rule, and remember, we decided, we'll just hold on. Snoozer, speak for yourself. Modern Relic says that he misses Wrigley Field. Yeah, I got Wrigley Field's amazing. So there's nothing like climbing those steps in the concourse under the field. No green or grass. It's such a great ballpark, and of course, what makes it distinct, not only, of course, baseball's second oldest ballpark, it is the only surviving Federal League park, and it's a National Historical Site, as it should be. So much great baseball. Hack Wilson, during his playing days, there's that one of those doors out there, like I think it's the one in right center field, was the groundskeeper's apartment, actually. And Hack Wilson did some groundskeeping there and actually lived in that little apartment there. I don't know if he lived there in the off season or whatever, but that's where he lived. Good old Hack. So good stuff. So what else do we got here? Yep. So it is Kyler, and yeah, D. Scott Howard says it's hard, it's long, but is it deep enough? Sounds like one of Ken Castro's movies. Love it, love it. So Aaron Reed letting us know about his projects, because we always like to know about that. He says that he did a Pure Sim replay of 1986 to go along with his 1999 replay. The 86 replay is going to 87. So it does kind of a career mode play, but it does it differently than out of the park baseball. So those players, as they move ahead, will stay on those teams. It's kind of really weird. And, if you have trades turned on and stuff, so it's really cool. But anyhow, it says the Reds are, make this a little easier so everybody can see. The Reds are two-time National League Western Division champs, one National League pennant, are on the verge of winning the 87 World Series. Then he says they lost the 1986 National Championship Series to the Mets, who would go on to lose the World Series to the Orioles. Well, that's some good news. That is some good news. So Saturday night, Paul and I are going to lock up here. Wegman Park, exactly. Wegman Park, Modern Relic. That was its original name. Built for Chicago with the Federal League. So the Cubbies, or the Orphans, whatever you want to call them, they were playing in the West Side grounds. They weren't always the North Siders, as you know. Ken reacting to D. Scott Howard. D. Scott Howard gets comment of the night. That was just absolutely brilliant. And boy, am I glad that came up. So good stuff. Parallel League, talking about, let me get this up here. He says, yep. He says it's on his bucket list to see a Cubbies game from an apartment roof. Imagine way back in the day that the people that lived in those wonderful brownstones right in that area of Chicago could just go to see games, just sit on the roof, or look out your window. I don't know if the story, if it's an urban legend, one of those apocryphal tales, but apparently when those apartments were just right, people weren't realizing, hey, we can make money by putting people on the roofs of these things. Apparently, This woman was watching the game on TV, I guess an elderly woman, but big baseball fan. And apparently, I think it was Dave Kingman hit the ball out of Wrigley, and she's watching the ball game, and the ball comes through her window, the very one Kingman hit. Now, is that part of all the crazy baseball apocryphal lore? I don't know, but what a neat story it is. I can't remember where I've read that, but apparently that was a thing. So yeah, so I remember going to Wrigley Field too, you guys, and you're right, it's magical. And when you think of the great players that went through that amazing ballpark, the of course the Federal League players, the those of course all the drama with the Cubs through the years. The Cubs, people think of them as lovable losers, but while they weren't winning World Series until 2016, um, tough teams, Cubs in the 1930s, and just but kind of like the Red Sox did, right? But yeah, I mean, and to think that this is the place where Babe Ruth allegedly called his shot, and this is the place where Ernie Banks and Billy Williams and Ron Santo played these immortals of the game, and to just sit there in this park. And so I was there before the renovations happened with Wrigley. So, but it was you're right. You come out of that concourse onto that beautiful green field, and especially when the ivy, right, the foliage, and it's a beautiful, grand old Duchess, is it not? And so may it's what is 112 years old now? Yeah, that park is 112 years old, rivaled only by Fenway Park. So long may she live, Wrigley Field. And of course, with all those, I mean, they can't rip it down. It's a National Historical Site, but hopefully the Cubbies will stay where they should. Stay where they should. So a little bit of trivia about Wrigley Field. I'm sure you, Paul, will know this. Modern Relic will know this. Right? Cubbies fans will know this. Um, so the Cubs had originally, so everybody knows, of course, they resisted night baseball for decades and decades and decades. But they actually were going to do night baseball. And then with the outbreak of World War II, the United States involvement, they had like all the lights, everything stored under the grandstands, and they were all donated to the war effort. And then I think it was what was the year they first played a night game at Wrigley? It was like the late 80s or something, I think, wasn't it? So, but yeah. Yep, exactly. And I can say it, hey, I don't worry about it. Modern Relic. Yeah, Charlie Ruth said that if Ruth would have tried that, he would have knocked him on his ass. Yep, definitely. And Charlie Root had that reputation. He definitely would have. Um, yeah, never called the shot. If you look at the picture, so apparently the Cubs were just riding Ruth mercilessly in that 1932 World Series. And it really looks like, and a lot of people claim that no, he wasn't pointing to center field. He was actually pointing to the Cubs dugout. And of course, in those days, right, my understanding is that the home plate dugout was always in the third base side. So you know, but Lou Gehrig, right. So I mean, there's I mean, I think we know he didn't call his shot, but what an amazing story! What an amazing story it is, anyhow. And Lou Gehrig was rather non-committal in his answer. He said that big monkey, and Ruth said, "Well, you saw it." So I mean, nobody really came out. I mean, the Cubs obviously were saying no, it didn't, and Charlie Root probably would have tried to knock him on his arse. How about it? Um, So Paul's been to 11 major league ballparks. Wow. Parallel league asking him how many he's been there. So D. Scott Howard says, when you look at the rosters of 1960 Cubs, hard to believe how consistently bad they were. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, so uh, D. Scott Howard says, yes, they run out as many games per season at night. Don't know whether still restricted. I haven't heard if that's changed or not. Okay, so Modern Relic giving us the answer. It was the 8th of August, 1988. First night game at Wrigley Field. So, parallel league coming. Yeah, okay, 8, 9. Let's all click our heels and play two. How about it? Ernie Banks. Modern Relic says a little embarrassed. You got Charlie Root and Guy Bush confused. Either of those Cubs. I mean, apparently the Cubs were just, you know, but I mean, that was the right back in the good old days, man. The National League and American League. It's the only time, except, well, this is a year before the All Star game, even too. They never met, until the World Series, man. So there was, the Cubbies wanted to try to prove something. And the 1932 Cubs were tough. The Cubs in the 1930s were as consistently good as they were maybe consistently bad in other decades. Love the 1930s Cubs teams. So the August 8th game was rained out. So it was 9th August 1988. And I think that was when CBS was still carrying baseball. So what a bit of history that was. Parallel League says, trivia question on Jeopardy, was the major league team that has a publication called the Vine Line. Oh, so, well, that's really cool. That's really cool. The Vine Line. Didn't know that. Okay. Paul says Vine Line is no longer, sadly. The good stuff. So, have any of you guys decided to get that digital subscription to Baseball Digest? You really should get it. $38 for a year. The stuff I'm learning from that is just wild, just absolutely wild. Baseball Digest, complete all 800 issues, and you get all the new issues as they come out as well. So the other one just came out the other day. For $38, it's just riveting, and I mean, I'm talking that's some pretty deep baseball research going on in Baseball Digest. I don't have to tell you guys know. But I've also been checking out the sporting news through Sabre, and that's been a lot of fun. The only thing is sometimes you get some scans that aren't so good. So, but if you want to look at some, great, in sporting news, it was especially when it was focused pretty much on just baseball. But you can get access through that, obviously through, I think it's called Paper of Record. But if you're a Sabre member, you can get to it that way. But that Baseball Digest is a great deal. I kind of forgot just how excellent that publication is. And now just going back and just picking a random year and picking an article. Like we read last week on the channel here about Paul Wainer refusing his 3,000th hit. I never knew that until I read that article that night on this channel from the Baseball Digest. So pretty cool stuff. Paul says, there we go. He says, yes, he did, spending too long reading it every day. So he says, I owe him $38. So Modern Relic said, didn't know Vine Line was gone. Modern Relic says there was a broadcast on the 8th, and they did fire up the lights, though. So yeah, I mean, but given all the lighting equipment and everything for World War II, how about it? But the Cubbies were going to do it. But I think that it's still restricted to the amount of night games that they do. So, but I'm with you guys. I've never been to Fenway Park, so I don't know what to say about Fenway Park. But Wrigley was something, and that is an amazing thing. You walk out onto a baseball field and just that green, but there is definitely something about Wrigley Field that no other ballpark that I can imagine. Even the beautiful new retro parks like PNC Park and Oriole Park and Comerica, there's a magic. There truly is a magic about Wrigley Field that right, because I mean the same people that were playing in Wrigley Field played at Ebbets, played at Forbes, played at uh, you know Baker Bowl. I mean, all these, the great old ballparks, right? So, great stuff. And people that grew up with the Cubs, how many of those games you got to go to see your Cubbies there on the north side, man. And while we Buccos fans had to deal with the cement ashtrays, so Pirates fans, Phillies fans, Reds fans, Cardinals fans, you guys were playing in this grand dam of just what a beauty, what a cathedral it is, huh? Paul says just looked 35 games annually plus holiday games. Okay, so it's 35 games annually plus holiday games. So I'm kind of glad they're keeping that tradition. I think they should. Why not? Cousin Ken says Beatles will spend your money. Ah, that's right. That's right. And Samuel Smith makes me spend mine. So does Ken Castro. So yeah, there we go. Paul. Paul says, Ken, he says you cost him a lot more. Nice. Monorelic says, visited Tiger Stadium in its last year. They'd given up maintenance by then. Yeah. But, that's like, well, in Comiskey, old Comiskey was just falling apart. Although, why didn't they build a neat retro park there on the south side of Chicago, as anybody guess? So that was like the first of the new ballparks, but it was like, it's just kind of meh, right? So Ken Castro saying no, it was Dwayne. I don't know. Ken, brother, you are the heart and soul of this channel, but I gotta I don't know. I gotta side with my Scouser buddy here. Because you have this insidiousness about you, cousin. So yeah, right, Paul. See, Paul's right. He's no good backing out now. You're busted. You're busted there, Signore Castro. So deal with it, man. Deal with it. At least it's good stuff, right? Um, wow. Parallel League says you've been to about 30 major league parks. Sadly, most of them have been retired. 30 parks. I can't even imagine it. So, the bucket list, of course. I haven't been anywhere near 30 parks. And this year not going to get my wish of a Phillies Orioles World Series, I don't think, which is too bad. I live close enough to the Washington Nationals, Baltimore Orioles, and Philadelphia Phillies, but you know. Anyhow. Insidious, you are. He's you are insidious. And all these other nice florid terms we can use. Martin Relic says, well, Comiskey was a dub. He says, but then I am a Cubs fan. I should expect that. So, but the Pope is a White Sox fan, right? The Pope Leo the 14th is a White Sox fan. Coors 10 out of 10. No, man, PNC Park. PNC Park is the best new modern retro, buddy. Coors. Pa! Pa! All right, now I can't side with Paul anymore. I have to be fickle. I don't know, man. I don't know. Service, views, food, prices, amazing. I don't know, man. Not PNC Park. Sorry. So, Paul, do you root for Everton or do you root for Liverpool in football? There's the question. And we'll see. We'll see if he answers the correct question on how. He probably doesn't root for either. Let's see. So he's been 3 times to Coors, and he says mind blown. All right. And they thank you for coming on the way out. That's what Ken. Oh, that's another Ken Castro thing. They thank you for coming on the way out. We got to have a Ken Castro show. Where is he? Oh my God. See what you've started, D. Scott Howard. Parallel League says every major league team play live in the year 2000. Dodgers weren't coming back east, so you got a cheap price line to Denver and got to see Coors Field. Cool. All right, so now Paul's back in the good graces. No, he says he's hate football, but Everton season ticket. Okay, so that was the right answer because Paul McCartney is an Everton fan. So well done, well done, well done. Grew up 1 mile from both. Okay, yeah, I mean, yeah, football is all over the place. I mean, and of course Ireland is rugby, and but in Holland, I mean, football is a religion there. It's crazy. I mean, they don't have like so you have like Ajax and Feyenoord. That's kind of like their Holland's such a small country, so those two teams, of course, but you don't get into the big dust ups and stuff like you would with you know Manx United and Chelsea stuff like that. But boy, the Dutch love their football. They do have professional baseball over there, but most of the guys that are on there are actually from the Dutch colonies or former colonies in the Caribbean. So, but anyhow, guys, this was a lot of fun. I'm glad so many of you came in tonight. Rugby union. Is he gonna say this was rugby union Ireland? Don't steal rugby league name. There you go. So, of course, the big thing was when you know when Italy beats England. When was that? Was that the World Cup? What the hell was that? I can't. Football's like all over the place, but remember the Irish were all just in love and yay Italy, yay Italy. So yeah, good stuff. All right, so Saturday night, Paul and I are allegedly going to play some baseball. So, so Paul says that he applied to be a baseball umpire in the United Kingdom in the 1980s. I could see you being an umpire, Paul. I think it'd be great. Ireland's looking for umpires. Baseball's starting to gain a foothold in Ireland, but they don't have anything professional yet. There, I mean, England does, but not Ireland. But they're starting to, yeah. So when I was living at that time, I was living in Holland, and I thought, oh, what a great way to go back to Ireland because they were looking for umpires and whatever. But I mean, it's like, oh, I want to go, but I didn't. Like an Aegis. Saturday night it'll be. So it's going to include the Don Larson game Saturday night. So it's going to be fun, guys. So tune in. Once again, just as everybody's filing out of the whatever this is. I don't want to say turnstiles, man, because that's what our Joe Network uses, and it's pretty cool. X-ray machines or whatever he says. Pocket Pennant Run Baseball, this most recent update is just, boys, it's sweet. And the updates to come are amazing. This game is just growing leaps and bounds and utter amazement. So don't sleep on it, guys. Don't sleep on it. Facebook group growing like crazy. It's well over 800 members. And for a hybrid cards and dice, everything that Pocket Pennant Run Baseball is, physical game, the software, the everything. Just love seeing it contend. Love seeing what it's doing, and soon going to be an S tier baseball game for me. It's in the A tier now, so yeah. Um, so if we're playing two, I think one game before it, 1922. Yeah, let's do 1920. Yeah, hell yeah. I'm all about it. So we'll coordinate on Facebook. That means I probably won't go drinking Saturday night. I will. I shall sacrifice my evening of drinking Guinness and singing for this. It'll be fun. Craig is blown away by all the praise for this latest version. Sends his thanks to everyone. Yeah, guys, it's. I mean, it's a beauty. It's a beauty. Those player picks and the quality of life changes and things like that. Being able to see a pitcher's handedness, stuff like that. And as they say, the best is yet to come. Schedule generator, tournaments, new player ratings. And there's one other thing about the player ratings. I promised Paul I would not tell anyone, but boy, is it super cool. So that's all I can say about that. Let me see what else we got here. Monterilic says currently enjoying his League of 12. I mean, the worst teams in history. More fun than you might think. I have something like that in Diamond Mine Baseball. That sounds like fun. I've never messed with anything like that. So we got you 12 of the worst teams in history. Nice. So I'm guessing the 2024 White Sox are in there. I mean, a thing like that is somebody's got to win. Just like in a league like this, somebody's got to lose. So be kind of interesting to see how that works out. Oh, all right. Oh, he's going to the beach. Have fun, man. Have fun. Ta. And we'll see you Saturday night for a bit of baseball. And it'll be fun. Looking forward to it, Paul. Have fun. Put on some sunblock. You Scousers can't take the sun, so put on some sunblock. Parallel League says his dad was born in 1922. Year of the St. Louis Browns. Great team. We'll be seeing those as we continue our Boston.com tournament, round 2 of that. Paul's laughing. That's right. I've been living in Cyprus long enough that my genetic makeup has been changed such that I, a Scouser, can now handle the Cyprus sun. I can just hear it now. I can. So, still, you limey, put on some sunblock. I'll be coming back on Saturday. See, Beatles, I can't play with you right now. Can't play any baseball. I've got the sunburn. I told you. So what is it? You wait for the sun in Blighty, right? Everybody hangs out in the North Sea. Look, what's that big thing in the sky? I shouldn't say Ireland's like that. Holland's like that too. Lots of rain. I actually like it. So, but being half an eye tie, I don't have to use sunblock. So, yeah. Anyhow, Paul, we love you, and I don't know if you already left, but man, thank you for the amazing work that you've been doing with Pocket Pennant Run Baseball, and we are all so very happy, those of us that play Pocket Pennant Run Baseball, that you do have a dangerous mind. Paulson mentioned earlier about this game still being the bench leader in commentary, and it is. It's astounding. Even with all the technology that we have, MLB The Show can't even touch this game. Even with all its quirks and the fact that it's compressed the sound and everything like that, and you know, and this was back before you had to worry about players, and licensing their name. And since this was not a major league licensed game, um, but MLB The Show, listen to 2 broadcasts, you've heard everything the game has to say. This is however many years on, and shit, I'm still hearing and seeing things like tonight, 2 fielders being injured in the same play. I've never seen that in this game before. So, what else do we got? Parallel League says there's no meetings tomorrow for him, so he's going to be sleeping in. Modern Relic says you went with the okay, went with the 1970 Sox. Cool. Yeah, the 1970 White Sox. Yeah, not too good. They were pretty good in '79, though. Those White Sox, pretty good. So that's a franchise I really need to get better at my history of is the Chicago White Sox. The Cubbies, I love the Cubbies, but they left me down this year again. Couldn't take care of the Brewers. So big bad Brewers in the National League Central. Can't stand them. Can't stand them. What year? So that was in the '70s. I believe was that mid to late '70s, and that thank God that didn't last very long. I don't know. Somebody else who's a White Sox fan. Do we have any White Sox fans in here? I don't think so. But I do remember seeing that in there. Those kind of knickers that they were shorts that they were wearing. Kind of silly. Do you imagine sliding into base with that? Right? That would hurt. Poor White Sox. Because that was under Vac, right? Bill Vac, yeah. But the exploding scoreboard, cool, cool. And I do like the facts that the White Sox, like, when you see like on their jumbotron, like socks and their logos in black. I kind of like the fact that they've embraced the sort of outlaw past of the 1919 series. That's kind of all right by me. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So anyhow, guys, do check out. Have you got a few bucks, man? That baseball digest is incredible. It's just I just seriously had forgotten what an amazing time that is, to just go in and explore every issue from 1942 to now. Um, yeah. All right, so guys, that is it. We hit like 18 tonight, which is for this game I think is really good. So till the next time we meet, gents. Thank you to Parallel League, to Modern Relic, to FAC Sports Desk with Paul. Modern Relic, thank you, man. Always good to see you in here. Cousin Ken Castro, D. Scott Howard, Aaron Reed, the man of 1,000 voices. Please subscribe to that channel. Yes, indeed. Small crowd, but excellent crowd tonight. A lot of interaction in here tonight. So thank you guys. Really appreciate it. John DFW stopped in and said good evening. Jack Dawson, first one in the ballpark tonight. Dwayne Mart's YouTube network, another great channel and a great member of our family here. And I think that's pretty much it. 1972. See, I was way off. So Modern Relic giving us case of the 66 Cubs, 35 Braves. Oh God, yeah. The 52 Pirates. So with the Bucks, you could have taken any team in except 1958 when they finished second. But yeah, those 52 Bucks were really bad. Wow. Super bad team. Yeah. So, oh, I like that. Look at that. So Parallel League gets the there we go. This is the old left-hander rounding third and heading for home. Love it. Love it. All right, gents, until the next time, take care of yourselves, play lots of baseball, have lots of fun, and we'll see you around the batting cage. Good night, everyone.